Before installing the Hypertech Interceptor, make sure the vehicle engine and ignition is turned off. First step is to pull the engine's beauty cover and place it to the side while installing the Interceptor. The Interceptor has 3 parts of connectors, one for the map sensor, one for the air intake sensor, and one for the cam sensor. It's a good idea to lay the Interceptor out in the general area of each connector. Step 1 is to first locate the fuse box and then press the locking tabs to disengage. Then lift up the fuse box to expose the empty compartment beneath. Place the Interceptor controller box on its side in the compartment, making sure no cables are in the way. Then reinstall the fuse box by pressing down and making sure the tabs are locked. The Jeep Grand Cherokee and Dodge Durango are a little bit different. Unlock the 4 tabs on the sides and pull up. Then place the harness on its side in the empty compartment. Then route the harness out front. And now press down until locked, making sure no wires are in the way. Step 2. Locate the vehicle's 4-pin cam sensor near the transmission fill tube on the passenger side. Disconnect the factory cam sensor 4-pin connector. This connector may have a locking clip that must be slid back to unlock. Now squeeze down on the locking tab and then remove by pulling back. Now plug the Interceptor's 4-pin cam sensor harness connector into the factory wiring harness 4-pin connector. Then plug the other Interceptor 4-pin cam sensor connector in the vehicle's cam sensor. Make sure that all connections are secure by slightly pulling on them. Step 3. Disconnect the factory 2-pin air intake sensor. Then route the Interceptor harness towards the air intake sensor. Now plug the Interceptor's 2-pin connector into the factory wiring harness 2-pin connector. And plug the Interceptor's 2-pin connector into the vehicle's air intake sensor. Step 4. Disconnect the factory 3-pin map sensor connector. Then plug the Interceptor's 3-pin map sensor connector into the vehicle's map sensor. Now plug the other 3-pin Interceptor connector into the factory 3-pin map sensor wiring harness connector. Now replace the engine's beauty cover and you are done with the under the hood install. Make sure that the Interceptor's harness and all connectors are clear from moving or rotating parts and from all extreme heat sources by using zip ties where needed. Step 5. Installing the Interceptor accelerator controller. Using a flashlight, locate the factory accelerator harness connector, which is located on top of the accelerator pedal. Remove the carpeted compartment cover out of the way so you can disconnect the factory harness connector from the accelerator pedal sensor. Plug the Interceptor's accelerator pedal sensor connector into the factory accelerator pedal sensor. Then plug the other Interceptor accelerator pedal harness connector into the vehicle's factory accelerator pedal sensor connector. Then tuck the Interceptor accelerator controller behind the carpet and out of the way of the pedals. Lastly, replace the carpeted compartment cover and you are finished with the Interceptor install.